The Grammys is a highly prestigious award show that honors the best artist of the year. However, while it is highly prestigious, it's also very controversial. The Grammys has not only sparked backlash with fans, but artists as well. Many artists have protested, boycotted, and spoken against the Grammys for its controversy of racism, sexism, and elitism. These accusations may seem a bit harsh, but hear me out. The Grammys are notorious for showing racist signs, such as in 2014 when Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Kanye, and Jay-Z, the literal goats of hip-hop, lost Best Rap Album to Macklemore. Okay, even Macklemore said he didn't deserve it.
I think we made a great album. I think that Kendrick made a better rap album. And that's what it is. Similar
incidents have happened, such as in 2004, when Evanescence won Best New Artist over 50 Cent.
Thanks, 50.
Or in 2005, when Maroon 5 won Best New Artist over Kanye. Or in 2017, when Adele's 25 won Best Album over Beyonce's Lemonade. Even Adele said she shouldn't have won.
But I can't possibly accept this award, and I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful and gracious, but my artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental.
Now, these wins may seem like a coincidence. However, in 1989, when the Best Rap Performance category was introduced to the Grammys, but the performance was not televised. In response, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith boycotted the Grammys even though they won.
We don't have a problem with the Grammy as an award or the Grammy as an institution. We just had a problem with the 1989 design of the award show. We feel that our music was important enough and is important enough.
On top of that, the rap and R&B categories arguably segregate black artists from other categories.
It sucks that whenever we, and I mean guys that look like me, do anything that's genre bending or that's anything, they always put it in a rap or urban category, which is, and I don't like that urban word. It's just a politically correct way to say the N-word to me. So when I hear that, I'm just like, why can't we just be in pop? Half of me feels like the rap nomination was a backhanded compliment.
In an article by the Boston Political Review, they explain 81% of Billboard's best-selling albums are made by non-white or mixed-race groups of artists. From 2012 to 2020, musicians of color received only 26.7% of nominations. This statistic proves that despite the commercial success of non-white artists, they're still snubbed from Grammy nominations and wins. Along with the Grammys' racist antics, there's a strong presence of sexism in the award ceremony. In general, there's a big lack of performances by women, specifically in 2017 when all of the nominees for Best Album, such as Bruno Mars, Jay-Z, Childish Gambino, and Kendrick Lamar, all were asked to perform except for Lorde. Additionally, in 2018, Bruno Mars won Best R&B Performance over SZA, despite her amazing masterpiece of Control. And that same year, Ed Sheeran won Best Pop Vocal Performance, despite all of the other nominees being women. You can argue that talent is talent and the winners are justified, which is a fair point. But former CEO of the Recording Academy, Deborah Dugan, exposed the sexist patterns within the Recording Academy. Dugan explains in a document for her lawsuit against the Recording Academy, it's a boys' club and they put their financial interest above the mission. She explains that very few women were given senior executive positions, and only 20% of women make up the Academy's voting members. She also mentioned that she was paid less than the other executives despite her being CEO. She was eventually fired because the Recording Academy claimed she was creating a toxic and intolerable work environment. Even though she's been proven a great leader in her previous roles, leading to her winning the Nelson Mandela Changemaker Award in 2017. On top of Dugan's claims, former Recording Academy CEOs Mike Green and Neil Portnow both face sexual harassment accusations. So I think it's safe to say that the Grammys is just a small glimpse of the sexism that goes on within the Recording Academy. The Grammys have also demonstrated elitist patterns as well. It's pretty clear that the Grammys don't choose their winners based on the performer's art, but rather commercial success. You can see this when Beyonce's Lemonade got snubbed for Album of the Year, even though it had a cultural significance in the music industry. Same goes for Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City, and Frank Ocean's Blonde. But beyond commercial success, many artists have spoken out about the Grammys being corrupt and rigged. The Weeknd tweeted after being snubbed for the 2021 Grammys, "The Grammys remain corrupt. You owe me, my fans, and the industry transparency." Many artists have expressed similar beliefs. In Deborah Dugan's statement against the Recording Academy, she explains that the executives choose the winners and the nominees based on who treats them with the most gifts. However, the board uses these committees as an opportunity to push forward artists with whom they have had relationships. Indeed, it is not unusual for artists to have relationships with board members, and who ranked at the bottom of the initial 20 artist list to end up receiving nominations. Zayn also tweeted about bribing within the Grammys. The Grammys and everyone associated. Unless you shake hands and send gifts, there's no nomination considerations. With bribery and commercial success being a great factor for Grammy nominations and wins, this clearly demonstrates that the Grammys are a popularity contest and it's not for pure art. Like seriously, who let Olivia Rodrigo win a Grammy? Huh? Who? Now, I do want to say Grammys have made progress over the years, especially this year for 2024. There was quite a few women that were nominated and also won. There was also non-white artists.
SZA was robbed of the album of the year.
That is true. She definitely was. I'm glad she won something, but our personal bias, Taylor Swift should not have won. Also, drop in the comments if you thought Taylor Swift's speech was cringe, like super cringy, both of them. But overall, this year was more inclusive. However, in Jay-Z's speech, he brought up a lot of good points that are discussed in this video.
Obviously, it's subjective because, it's music and it's opinion-based. I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work. Some of you gonna go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed.
He does mention that the system is rigged and designed for certain artists to win. Just wanted to throw that in there, but back to the video. It's not just the Grammys, but award shows in general that are rigged. Like the Iron Claw not being nominated for an Oscar, or Better Call Saul being snubbed from 53 Emmy nominations. I may be a little biased with these opinions, but you get the picture. Don't get me wrong, many artists who win Grammys are extremely talented, but there's so many artists who go unrecognized from time and time again, simply because they aren't number one on the charts or they don't buy enough goodie bags for the executives. At the end of the day, it's just a bunch of trophies decided by a bunch of old men. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the like, slap the sub, and don't watch the Grammys. Ever. Even though I probably will. Till next time, folks. Peace.